Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. I am your host as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Isn't it crazy? It's Tuesday. We're here live on Kruse Control. Welcome to the home of entertainment news. I am your host as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back again. Love to have you here. Happy Tuesday again. It's going to be a great night. Right about Monday, we have a lot going on. Back here in the studio, back here in LA. Excited to have a great night tonight. And joining me back on Kruse Control, usually Monday, usually the queen of Mondays, now the queen of Tuesdays. Everybody welcome my special co-host here tonight. It's Rachel Blakely. Rachel, how you doing? How's life?
I'm doing great. I'm taking over the whole week apparently. I've done pretty much every day of the week now. We're coming for you Thursdays.
Coming for Thursdays. I believe in you. I believe you can make it happen too. If anybody can do it, it's you, Rachel. It's you. Yeah.
I take over Thursday.
Hashtag take it over. So good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for being here as always. And it's gonna be a fun night.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, we had some really weird, crazy technical things happening, but we're here. Hey, good to see you, Queen. Thank you for joining us back on Kruse Control. Miss you, Queen. Missed you. Also joining us back on Kruse Control. He was here a couple weeks ago. He's back again, live from Michigan, and not a trunk, but a special studio because he's not Mike Casey. Mr. Jake Slonecki. Jake, how you doing, man? Welcome back to Kruse Control.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. How's your Tuesday going?
It's going really well. Just relaxing. Ready to do the show here.
We made it happen, Jake. I don't know what's happened. The server was being weird for a second, but we made it in. And I'm happy you're here back again on a Tuesday, special Tuesday. It's going to be fun, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I know you're stoked.
I am.
Jake, we also have another guest here we haven't had here in a long time. It's been about a month. He's been traveling the world. He's back again here in LA, doing a lot of stand-up, everybody. He's a fucking hilarious comedian. You're going to love him. Mark Hurtado, welcome back to Kruse Control, man. How you been?
Oh my God, it's so great to be here. I love your energy. I do not need caffeine for this show ever because you guys bring it to me.
I bring it in hot. We have a good time, you know.
Yeah.
You can take it, you feed off it, or you can just leave it where it's at. It's where it is. Welcome back, Banner. Good to see you. But how you been? How's life been? It's been a while.
Talking to me? I am great. I will not sleep tonight because, I'm too charged for this already. Things have been good. Just got back from San Diego. About to go and hit Houston, Arizona, and then New York later. Just comedy stuff, doing stand-up. If you guys are interested, I can post the deets later. But just doing some fun stuff and then also getting charged for the new year, you know?
Yeah. It's going to be a good year, right? You feeling pumped for 2024?
I'm feeling pumped. I'm ready. I'm over the being woeful about how the years are going. I'm like over that now. Let's just like start taking it back on again, you know? Enough like whining about that life's hard because it is hard, but I'm over that. Yeah. I had my phase. Let's get back to it, you know?
Yep. Let's make some shit happen, right? But and you were traveling too. You were Japan or something last I talked to you? Was it or
Thailand? Thailand, Mexico, and also soon to be Alaska. That's actually another thing I'm doing. But that's in like August or something like that. I want to see the Aurora Borealis. It's a bucket list thing of mine, the Northern Lights. Always wanted to see it. Maybe on mushrooms, maybe not needed, but might be a part of it. And it might be a very great experience for me. And anyone, you know, it's just like a thing I want to do. And I think I'm going to make it happen. I already have like a couple of things set up. And I think, later this year's going to be the year.
It's going to be a good year. I feel it for you too. I'm so happy you're back here. You got to give us those links so we can spread the love and people can check your stuff out too. All the better that's checking out Kruse Control. So I appreciate you being here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun chatting. And Peppy is here too, everybody. Peppy, how's it going, man?
It's awesome to see the chat so active tonight.
Yeah, they love you too, Peps, man. You know, I know they're like out there. They're wearing T-shirts that say Pep Star. They love you. You know, I bet that's all.
My brother.
Yeah. Good to see you, Peps.
How you doing, girl? Welcome to the show.
Always happy to be here, Peppy.
Peppy, what do we got tonight? We got a lot of breaking news.
A lot of breaking news tonight.
That's what I thought.
Welcome back.
Appreciate you, Peps. Appreciate you. But everybody out there, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. Happy Tuesday again. There's a lot going on as always. And it's a Tuesday. We missed Monday. We missed the weekend. So since Friday, a lot of stuff's dropped. A lot of stuff's happened. And you know what that is? What has happened, everybody? You probably know what it is. But there's been a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, everybody, the very first thing I want to talk about is, Deadpool 3, because the trailer came out over the Super Bowl, and it has blown up the internet. Now, 365 million views within the first 24 hours. It blew Spider-Man No Way Home's trailer out of the water. Of course, they had 355 million views, so pretty significant amount more, and it's still growing and growing and growing. And honestly, this trailer looks fucking awesome. I'm really excited to see this movie. We've been talking about this movie forever here on Kruse Control. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman together, kicking some ass, slashing some bitches, and having a good time. And I just can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be fucking awesome. And the ratings have been, massive numbers, but also the ratings have been massive for the Super Bowl, which just went down too. Super Bowl 2024. 123.7 million views. It blew everyone out of the water in the last 50 years. It's crazy. It's actually the highest watched telecast of all time, which is crazy too. And on top of that, when you break it down, 112 million people watched this on CBS broadcast. Crazy numbers. And the rest, of course, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, Univision, CBS Sports, NFL digital properties, including Paramount Plus and also Paramount Global. So it's just been going crazy. And then $7 million for an ad. That's nuts to me, but people played it and they had a good time. They paid it. They had a good time. They showed their content. We got a lot of cool trailers that came out. Of course, Planet of the Apes came out. We saw the trailer for that, the official first trailer. And we finally get to see what this movie is really about. And really, we're finally back to the original Planet of the Apes movies because, of course, the other ones were prequels, building up how the apes eventually took over. And this one, it's like we're back to the days of, Charlton Heston again. We're back to that. And the visual effects look great. The acting looks awesome, I think. All the ape shit is amazing. Of course, Matt Reeves did the original one. Now we got Wes Ball doing this one. I think he's doing a great job of this so far. I'll have to wait to see the movie. But, I do miss me a little Marky Mark. I know people will probably be mad at me when I say that, but I like the Marky Mark one. I thought he did a good job that Planet of the Apes. But, it's still, I'm excited about it. But, yeah, love Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Queen, I love it. I'm not too excited about Twisters, though. Twisters, the trailer came out for Twisters, and we talked about this a long time ago. This movie was coming, and we're like, is it going to see a sequel? Is it going to be like some kind of tie-in? And there's supposed to be an original idea now that's going forward. Now, there was some rumors that it's going to be like Daisy Edgar Jones be playing the daughter of either like Helen Hunt or Bill Paxton or something like that. Of course, that first one made like $500 million back in 1996, but it's not really supposed to tie into that too much. Of course, I did see the Dorothy little balls that go up in that tornado to watch it. That's kind of cool little Easter egg, but you got to have that too. But I guess it's called tornadoes or twisters because there's two twisters at one time. They really make a big point of that in the trailer. Good action, I think. We got twisters. And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers. But whatever. Some people love it. Glenn Powell looks great in this. Anthony Ramos looks good in this too. He's been blowing up the world too. So hopefully it's a good movie. But if you haven't seen the trailer, it's out there right now. And another one that's out there is, Wicked. Wicked's out there too right now. And to me, I'm like, I saw this. Oh, I don't have a picture for this apparently. Brian, there's no picture for Wicked. But Wicked, the trailer came out too. And honestly, it looks pretty good too. I love Wizard of Oz. I like that Oz movie with James Franco. That was pretty fun. Of course, that was Sam Raimi. Fucking friend of the show. I love Sam Raimi. But this is part 1 coming out for Thanksgiving. And I got to tell you, the best part of this trailer for me was Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's a fucking man, and him as the freaking behind the curtain. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. The Great and Powerful Oz. Jeff Goldblum. Who else could play that? I don't really know. Anthony Hopkins maybe, but besides him, give me some Goldblum, some good comedy. Again, visuals look great in this too. Well, if you haven't checked it out, you can check it out right now online. But I think it looks like it could be a decent movie. Of course, you're telling the story before The Wizard of Oz, the prequel, and it was a big hit on Broadway. And speaking of Broadway, there may be a strike. That's right. Equity right now is talking about striking because they're doing a strike authorization against what they call their AMPTP. They call it actually the Trade Association for Broadway, the Broadway League. That's who they go up against. And right now they're negotiating back and forth for their 51,000 professional actors and stage managers. And they're trying to get a fair deal. Now, they've just been negotiating the past month. On Sunday, the deal ends, and they said they're not happy and they want to get a strike authorization through. So they're going for it. They're going to have it. They're ready to strike. After Sunday, if there's no deal, and the last time they had a strike was back in 2019, and went for 33 days. It was the last one in 50 years. So hopefully Broadway gets to come back and they figure it out so they can actually have a good deal, because no one likes a strike, because when strikes happen, people lose their jobs, we lose content. And because of the strike and because of how streaming has gone, Paramount has been laying off more people. And today, 800 people at Paramount lost their jobs. 800. Think about that. 800 people at Paramount. Now, they've been talking about doing this for a long time. Now, Paramount's had issues with Paramount Plus. We talked about that before. They're not going to actually make money for Paramount Plus until 2027. That's a long fucking time. Paramount's up for sale because they've been losing so much money. So now they said, in order to make their content, this is their actual quote, this will require us to continue to grow revenue while reducing costs. And unfortunately, part of the streamlining costs means that today we'll begin the difficult process of saying goodbye to some of our very valued colleagues across Paramount. Thank you for that. Best of luck in your future endeavors. It just sucks. Again, it's like 3% of their company's global headcount going away today because of these cutbacks. So I feel bad for the people. If you know anybody at Paramount that's losing their job today, I'm very sorry. I mean, it sucks so bad because, I mean, unfortunately, Paramount's got to do this. They had to make this plan. It's going through, and there's nothing in these people can do about it. Nothing can do about it at all. Just like there's nothing to do about an alien invasion, but Invasion has been picked up by Apple TV Plus. That's right, for a third season. Now, I saw the first season. I gotta say, that was all right. I mean, Jim Bell, he was, Sam Neill, like he was like, I was excited to see him in this, and they killed him off the first episode. Spoiler alert: we're 3 seasons deep. Calm down. And honestly, I think that it was bait and switch for me. And so I watched the rest of it, and there's all these different tie-in storylines of people and how it affects them, the invasion of these aliens. First season kind of bored me. I didn't watch second season. Maybe it's worth watching. Let me know. I'll check it out. But a third season is coming. Apple TV's excited about this. And I'm more excited about Abbott Elementary coming back because they're coming back for a 4th season. ABC announced this today. It's going down, and they're going to do it like, of course, season 3 just came out. So season 3 is out, and they made a big announcement. We're coming back for season 4. And if you're a fan of this show, you're probably very excited about it. I know I am. It's just a fun show. It's a great ensemble cast. It takes place in elementary school. And honestly, it's just comedy pursuits. It's just amazing. So I had my doubts about it at first, but I got into it, and you're going to love the characters. You're going to love their interactions and their chemistry. It's awesome. Because I hope this show goes as long as American Idol, but American Idol is coming back, but Katy Perry is stepping away from American Idol. So if you were excited about Katy Perry being over there American Idol, which she's been there since 2018, you'd probably be like a little bummed about this. But she said at 39, she wants to step away and start getting back into music. New music and new projects coming forward, she said on Jimmy Kimmel this last Monday, and she's super excited about what's to come. I think it's weird because she just sold all of her library of music away just not too long ago. A couple months ago, we talked about this. So she gave it all up. And I thought, well, she probably gave it up because she was just excited to, just be a personality on TV. But apparently she's taking that money running and making more projects moving forward. So good for her. It's, she's very talented. So I hope she does well. But somebody else that I think is also talented, but Rachel might be on the fence about this guy is Christopher Nolan. But Christopher Nolan is back in the news now because you know what he likes. I gotta say this, Rachel, it's fucking hilarious. He loves the Fast and Furious movies, and never would think Christopher Nolan of all the people would be like, give me more Fast and Furious. But he says he has no guilt at all about being a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. He says tremendous action franchise. And it shocked Colbert he was talking to. And Colbert's like, I haven't seen them. He says, you've never seen any of them? I watch the movies all the time. I love them. I'm amazed you've never seen one of them. I'm like, fucking Nolan and Fast and Furious? How was that? How was that a thing? But you know what? Good for him. Nolan likes, fast action cars and trash like we do too. So good for him. Just like Nolan did so well this year, Barbie did also awesome. And they had the Barbenheimer thing. But now Jimmy Kimmel is coming to do the Oscars, and he had this big Barbie 5 minutes like short film, and they had Kate McKinnon in there. Ryan Gosling popped up at the end. It was all in the form of Barbie, just like they're back in Barbie again. It was awesome. If you like Barbie, it's worth seeing. Go online and check it out. It's a great promo for the Academy Awards, and it's a lot of fun. So I like to pass that kind of stuff on because it's really fun. But something else that also kind of shocked me going on these days is the casting for the Karate Kid. So we talked about this before. Karate Kid's coming back. We got Jackie Chan, we got Ralph Macchio in here. Awesome combination. But they had this big search for the next Karate Kid. We had this conversation, everybody. And they went across the whole globe. We got to find a new talent, somebody that's going to be the next kid, the next big star. And they chose, well, an actor that's already established. So that's how it goes in Hollywood sometimes. This guy right now, I'm shocked by it. I'm just shocked. I mean, he was on Disney series American Born Chinese. And and it's like, how do you cast Ben Yang from there? Or Ben Wang from there when you could have just cast like maybe a no-name like you set out to be. They had like 10 or 30,000, it was something ridiculous, like 30,000 people that applied, and you went with that person that's already on one of your programs already. But what do you do? That's how it goes in Hollywood. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. And for me, it's just like, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the Karate Kid's going to be. I love the originals. I love me some Macchio. It's Jackie Chan. Awesome shit. Hopefully it's a good combination. I really do hope it's good. But anyways, everybody, a lot of breaking news, like I said, and I'm excited about these hot takes today because we get a chance for everybody right here to break down all of their breaking news hot takes in our segment, which is called, we know what it's called. It's called Some Hot Takes. Come on. All right, everybody. Now it's time for those hot takes. And again, this is that time where I put that 1 minute on the clock, and all my fabulous guests and my lovely co-hosts here get to break down their hot takes for all the breaking news. Now, we got 13 topics today. Went by pretty fast, but can they get the takes down in 1 minute? Or will that bomb blow up, their time is done, and they lose, and they have no chance to make their hot takes for the day, and Jake goes and cries away in a corner someplace. Or maybe Peppy will cry. I don't know, because Peppy is like really excited about the hot takes all day. He really is. Peppy's like, he's a big fan of it, you know?
I really enjoy watching you all make fools of yourselves.
Oh, thanks, Peppy. Thank you so much. Peppy can be mean sometimes, can't you, Peppy? You're fucking mean sometimes.
Oh, no, hell no.
Oh, calm down, man. Calm down. All right, Rachel.
He leaves all of his hot takes out in the yard. So
hey, you know?
Y'all, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Everybody take a chill pill.
All right, Pep Star. All right, calm down. Rachel, who's going first in the hot takes? Who will nail this and who will win today's hot takes? Who's going first?
I think the answer to all three of those questions is me.
Oh, Rachel's gonna go first. Yeah.
I'll take the boys. I'll give the boys a little break here. They can sit back and watch it, bro.
Well, I believe in you, Rachel. Are you stoked? Are you excited? Do you feel good about these hot takes today?
I'm hoping the clock works. We've had a couple little technical hiccups, so I'm hoping I see what time I have left.
We're gonna find out. All right, Rachel, take a breath. Here we go.
All right.
Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Deadpool is going to make the most money this year. I'm calling it already. The Super Bowl having the most views since the moon landing is absolutely insane, but that just shows you the power of Taylor Swift. Planet of the Apes, did we need another one? Twisters, again, did we need another one? The Wicked trailer, that is going to be a 2-part film, so I think that's going to be an interesting sort of situation. As a Broadway fan, I hope it goes well. Actors Equity Strike, again, as a Broadway fan, these people need to be paid more. It is expensive to live in New York. Even the stars of the major shows cannot afford it. Paramount layoffs, screw Paramount. Invasion, never watched it. Abbott Elementary, never watched it, but a lot of people really like it, so I'm not surprised it got another season. Katy Perry leaving Idol. She's probably spending more time on her Vegas show. Nolan liking Fast and Furious. A broke clock is right twice a day. The Barbie Oscar promo was absolutely amazing. Go watch it if you haven't. The Karate Kid, is this tied into the show Cobra Kai, or is it tied into the Drake Movement?
They haven't really said. All they're saying it's like on the East Coast, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But Rachel, you got it! You got it! Betty, for the special effects, give her some balloons too. Why not? Give her some balloons, make her feel good. How does it feel? Get your hot takes.
Feels good. Feels good, Brian. You know, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and the love of my life are hot takes. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Rachel, that was some good hot takes. It'd be hard to beat that. That's the thing. You know, who's gonna go next?
I think we'll give Mark a little bit more time to adjust and head on over to Jake.
All right, Mr. Slonecki.
I wish I had more time than like a minute, you know?
It goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. And that bomb will blow up on you. You're like, yeah. It's okay if you don't make it. If you don't make it, the pop is it's not as nice as when you get it wrong.
There's sound effects too if you don't make it, so it's okay.
Yeah,
it's my favorite part. Big fan.
Balloons, Queen balloons. All right, Jake, how do you feel? After that, is this some tough competition? Are you a little nervous? Are you gonna be okay? Are you like, bring it on? Time for some hot takes.
I'm a little nervous, but I'll be all right.
You got this.
You got this, Jake.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
All right. I think Deadpool looks pretty mint. I'll probably watch it on my mobile phone. Super Bowl had a lot of views. I don't think it's because of Taylor Swift. Planet of the Apes, Twisters, I'll probably watch them just because I kind of like that thing. Equity Strike, yes, people need to be paid for all of their on-stage pre-production stuff. And Paramount layoffs, no good. They're planning on laying off 5,000 more. And Invasion, haven't watched it. Apple TV, I don't have that. Abbott Elementary, haven't watched, but upon your suggestion, I will. Katy Perry leaving the thing. I think she's doing it because she's jealous of Tay-Tay. Let's see, what else was there? Jimmy Kimmel on the Barbie thing. That's kind of ironic because he's, you know, the man show. Karate Kid, I'll watch it because I think it's fun. And the guy liking Fast and Furious, that's cool because so do I.
The guy liking Christopher Nolan. You know what though, Jake? I think you got it.
I don't know if I did or not.
Did you miss something? I don't know. I'm giving you the fireworks anyways.
You hit Wicked?
Oh, do you not say Wicked?
Oh, I missed Wicked. Fair enough.
Oh, Jake. You got the fireworks. And now you get.
Oh no.
That's fine.
As the fireworks are still going off. It's okay, Jake. I felt you got it, but I guess not. I need a tie.
How do you feel about Wicked, Jake?
I think it's smart that they're moving it.
Feelings?
I think it's smart that they're moving it to the screen because clearly this strike is going to interrupt it if they can't do it on stage.
That's a good point.
So
That's a good point.
that's what I was going to say if I had thought about saying it during the hot takes part.
Well, it will count it. It's fine.
Nah.
You get a mulligan.
That's good.
Take my fireworks and run.
It's also up to the audience who wins hot takes. It's not up to us. It's up to the audience.
It
Up
is.
to you out
Copy
there
that.
that's watching us live. So appreciate you as always. All right, Mark. Welcome back. I don't think hot
Let's do
takes
it.
was around last time you were here, but I believe in you, and I think you can do this.
It's very scary, but I'm ready.
It's
ready
a lot
when
of
you
pressure.
are. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
I get it now.
Let's do it. The clock is up. Here we go. Whew. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
I'm not just excited about Deadpool. I'm excited about the R-rated kind of game-changing aspect of the Disney franchise, and hopefully it shakes things up. Super Bowl has huge ratings. That's cool. I mean, I didn't know they were playing football. I was just watching Tay-Tay the whole time. That was a weird side thing. Planet of the Apes, I'm actually not that excited about because they removed the human element, which is my favorite part about the franchise. It's just like the apes, and I don't care as much. Twisters, I'm excited. It's 2 of them. It's like a titty twister. I love it. It's twice the thing. Also, CGI is like the easiest thing to do with Twisters. Wicked, excited, can't wait. I saw it live. Actors Equity Strike, all about. Paramount layoffs. Sounds bad. Boo. Invasion. I don't know. I feel like it's lacking star power. That's the biggest thing, but it's still like done very well. No comment about the Elementary thing. Never seen it. Katy Perry leaving American Idol. Oh my God, I've never watched American Idol. No one loves Fast and Furious movies. Of course he does, but he likes the 3rd one. He likes Tokyo Drift. That's like one of the worst ones. And
Yeah,
there's
it's
only
the best
like 3
one. You're
good
wrong.
ones. And all right. See, I had so much more to say. I couldn't even make it.
Well, you were so close. Mark. But
I hate too much.
hate to do it to you.
Brian's out here
There was-
setting us up to struggle.
I mean, 13 is a lot. I know it's a lot. I know it's a super lot. I'm going to start the poll right now so everybody out there can tell us who they think won hot takes. But good hot takes, Mark. First time. Awesome. You figured out, you almost got it. We have people that have been here for almost like 150
Did better
episodes
than
that have
Mike.
not got it.
Hey, I'll crush it on like when the 3rd Twister movie comes out. I'll crush it when there's 3 of them. Then I'll be back. I got it.
What do
So in
you
another
call the
30
third Twisters
years.
movie? What do you even call Twisters with 3?
I
What
like
do you
that. That's
call
the
it?
precedent they're setting too, where it's just like, oh, the only way to make it better is we double it. So now they're kind of creating this pattern where the only way to make a 3rd one now is well, now it's gonna be like 2 Twisters and like an earthquake or something. You know, they're gonna have to keep like mixing it up. You know.
Double
like
the
a
twisters,
fire.
double the fun.
Yeah.
Twist it up.
Yes.
But
I
there's
actually
no
heard. I
time.
heard it's the grandson of the original Twister in this
Oh,
new one.
there you go.
Oh,
So that's the connection.
yeah.
That's the connection.
Yeah.
They casted a lot of Twisters for the role. You know, it was a wild audition process, but they found. I think they landed on
A long journey,
Good
but
cast.
they made it. They made a good choice.
Yeah.
You said
No.
something about Dorothy's shoes going up in one of them too? Or
I
is that
didn't,
just
but
a
I
wicked
will.
promotion marketing thing?
I think that's in your mind, Jake. I
That
don't
is
think
a
anybody
Same
said that.
combination.
video.
Oh.
They
maybe
should
I'm
do a
seeing
Twisted Wicked combo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do
That's a
correlate.
good title.
something. Right?
Yeah.
Wicked Twisters.
Wisted? We'll work on
Wisted?
it. We'll figure it out.
Twicked.
Twicked.
Tokyo Drift
Twicked. I like
Yeah.
Twicked.
They're all good.
Peppy,
I'm
you
a
do
fan
hot
of
takes
all of
today,
these.
man?
No, I'm not going to be a part of the hot takes. I just listen, and you guys do a great job.
Someday, Peppy, we'll get you in.
Yeah. Someday,
He's a
Pep.
dog.
I
It's
agree.
too much to ask for.
It's a lot. It's a
can't
lot.
even see
It's a
in
lot.
color.
Come on, Peps. Come on, Peps. Do it.
Not today, player.
You expect him to read?
Not today.
Yep, not today. Pep's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. But great hot takes
I
across the board,
can't
buddy.
tell if the dog is live or if it's.
If he's lying,
He's talking.
yeah,
All
he's live. He's here. He's here.
I'm back off.
Queen, I love you.
It's just such a good dog. It's such a good dog.
Yeah, he's a good dog. He's a good boy. You know, right?
Yeah,
Peps?
you like the pep star, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. You know,
He can get a little
Peppy's
spicy
good.
sometimes, but he's a good dog.
You what?
he gets he gets spicy.
There ain't nothing but love in the room.
Yeah, I know, right? Peps, I know. But great hot takes, Crossboard. Everybody appreciate you as always. The poll is live right now. We will see who wins hot takes. I'm excited to see who wins. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. Again, there's a lot of stuff happening. As always, been off for a little bit. So everybody, now it's time to get into it. Come on. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about in our discussion section of Kruse Control tonight is I want to talk about Predator, because we already know we had Prey that came on Hulu, did pretty freaking well. It came out summer of 2022, but now they decided, since it did so well, they want to do a new Predator series, though. We want to do a new one. We're going to bring it back. It's not Prey. It's a spinoff. It's a different thing. We're doing another Predator now. And they're doing a Prey 2 on top of this as well. So 20th Century is really pushing the Predator franchise. I mean, it's a tale of old times. They told it multiple times, and they know that it's got a new hit again, and they want to make more and more and more. But they now have signed on Dan Trachtenberg to direct this. He's writing and directing the project, and they're calling it Badlands. It's called Badlands. So they're meeting with talent, trying to figure that out. They're not telling details about the plot too much. They're just saying that it's going to have the Predator back. Of course, they have to have that. It's all under wraps. But will it be good? Will it not be good? I mean, they're going to do another Prey already. Do we have to do another spinoff? Is there going to be aliens involved? Like, are they going to just try to do like aliens versus Predators versus, I don't know, versus Mario? Like, what's going to happen? Like, honestly, how many Predator movies do we have to have? That's my big question. Do we want to see this? Do we not want to see this? For me personally, I love Predator. I think that's great. But I'm kind of fatigued on it. To me, if they have a good idea and they make it well, maybe they tie someone, maybe they get Arnold to come back somehow. That'd be fucking cool. You know, if they do something that make it tie into all of the franchise and make a whole bigger world. I like the Predator versus Alien. I thought that was kind of fun. Maybe they find a way to make that work. I also like Freddy versus Jason though, and that's, didn't do too well, but I had a good time with it. So I like a lot of.
I love that movie.
Like that. It's a great movie, Mark. Mark, what do you think about this? Do you think that they should do
better
another
than Predator versus Alien?
It is.
They actually
it really is.
To both very well. Yeah.
Would you watch
I'm
excited.
Movie? For the Predator movie.
Yeah.
I like the Predator as a franchise, kinda. I love all the good ones. I think they're focusing too much on the Predator in like a lot of recent stuff, except for Prey, which kind of did a better job. I think it should be focused on different timelines. I think the concept should be about the humans and quote unquote badasses, because it's supposed to be, but you should keep like shifting the timelines. I'm talking samurai. I'm talking medieval knights.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
I love that gif.
I don't know, like 80s, like Mafia or something like that. Badasses that are
That'd be really cool. I mean, if they're freaking facing them and fighting them, I mean, I don't know. I like the Mafia idea. That's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, we got the Predator and the Prey dancing here, or not dancing, swinging here. But yeah, I like that on the Mafia idea there, Mark. That could be kind of cool. Is anybody you want to see in this movie?
Well, people feature the Predator too much nowadays. They give the Predator too much face time, and I feel like he still should be this kind of aspect. It should be this fearful thing, but now he's kind of just like.
He's kind of a what? Sorry, we lost you for a second.
Yeah, I lost y'all. I don't know what you heard me say last. It just got quiet after I spoke. I was like, "Oh no, was my
Predator too much?"
It just got
they focus on the Predator too much.
Yeah.
You said they focus on Predator too much, and you said that they missed the human aspect too as well. Like, what do you think that they could make it better?
Sometimes, yeah. So some like a lot of modern. Oh, well, it should thing that you don't really quite understand. Like it should be the scary thing, and it should be about the humans having to figure out how to overcome this. Basically, a superior hunter. A lot of ways it's been used as just more of just like I don't know, the Predator's cool, and you see all of his weapons and stuff. The first Predator, you barely saw him. You know what I mean? And then they got more and more comfortable with showing him. And then in media and like comics and stuff, it's just like all about the Predators and their culture, and it's just like I don't care as much about that, honestly. I like the human connection of how this thing is like not just somebody hunting you, but like this extraterrestrial, the worst case scenario of like a galactic kind of hunter hunting you. And I feel like they kind of lost that. Now it's just I don't know, it's more sci-fi and less horror based, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you think about the first two, you're right. The first one, like the Predator really is hunting like Arnold and all the soldiers, and the second one, even like Danny Glover, and like it's like fear. There's a lot of fear there because it is someone actually hunting, trying to kill you.
They're pure action films, so I don't think they fit in a horror or sci-fi.
Well, that I agree with that too. Yeah,
total action film, and I personally love the Predator franchise. It's one of my favorite franchises.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I freaking get that, Rachel, because I do
may I just say, fun. Brian, I love your idea. I love your idea of bringing an old Arnold in. Say new Predator jumps. It's a new group of badasses, however you want to put it. Old Arnold's the only one else to take it down. He's the old mentor person who has to fucking help them. You know what I mean? Like, I love that concept. That's great. Bringing him in as like here's the only way we're going to survive. You know what I mean? Or like a task force who's supposed to hunt down a Predator. And Arnold's leading it. That's great. I love that.
I mean, I'll also be down for Danny Glover coming back too and be like, I'm getting too old for this shit. And you can just use that line. Doesn't matter. I mean, we can throw that shit in there, you know? And I'll be like, chill, it'll be okay.
Oh man,
Arnold.
You get Nick Fury assembling a task force of Danny Glover, Arnold Schwarzenegger, all the people who survived Predators, putting them together, and like you guys are the people, and then like some young blood. And we have to take out a Predator that we know is out here. Like, that's cool. That's a fun spin on it. I don't
know. Rachel's not sure.
I like it.
I think that'd be fun.
I like it. What I like about the Predator series is that it's very much an anthology. You don't get crossover between the films. Each film is its own thing. You could watch any Predator film individually, and you do not need to have seen any of the other ones. And they all focus on one singular badass. The whole point of the Predator is that they go to a planet, they find the greatest warrior they can, and they take that one down. That's their whole thing. So I don't super like the idea of like bringing together old challengers because they already have the Predator's respect as like a group. They have defeated a Predator. They're like, all right, we got you. We respect you. You're the greatest warrior of, your time period. Let's move on. I don't really know how a Prey 2 is going to work. I don't really know if it's, again, necessary. Making a Prey 2 kind of differentiates it. It takes it out of the rest of the Predator franchise and makes it its own thing. Where I think Prey is a really good standalone film just to throw into the Predator franchise. It does what was kind of brought up earlier with bringing it into a different time period and bringing it into a different culture. So I think it was really kind of the best done Predator movie since the original two. I mean, and I like all of them. All of them are good, but Prey was a really, really good comeback for the series. So I think I'm excited for another Predator movie. I'll watch whatever they put out. I'll go see it in the theater. And I hope that they do it well.
I think a lot of people will be excited about it, and I think that's why they saw how well. And of course, Prey only went to Hulu, and now they're saying this one could do the same thing, but again, they're pushing more and more and more. 20th Century is to go back to theaters, and of course, why not go back to theaters?
Prey came out during the time where people weren't going to the theaters because of the pandemic, so we're kind of in a place where people are going to theaters again. Of course, last year we saw 3 massive hits in Mario, Oppenheimer, and Barbie. So this year we're expected to see a bunch of huge films too. So I think Predator could make a theatrical release with their next.
I think they should.
incarnation.
I think it'd be bad on them if they didn't actually take to theaters. I think it'd be a bad
Right.
business move if they did not. Like, bring it to theaters, make it happen. You know, I really. Prometheus was almost unwatchable. David Banner said, "Yeah, Prometheus was definitely." I mean, I think the second one better.
I wasn't a huge fan of it. That was also the first Alien movie that I saw, so I did not have a lot of context for what the hell was going on.
Jake, how do you feel about this? So the Predator movie coming back again. Do you think that's a good idea, Jake? Do you think they should bring back Arnold or somebody else, or do you think there's somebody else you could see that could lead the charge for a new Predator movie?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how they market it, I suppose. It would be kind of cool to see another one. Will it do something like she just mentioned with Oppenheimer and Barbie and Mario?
Big crossover.
No. It's just a
Big crossover.
The big crossover, right? I don't
Barbie
know.
versus Predator.
Maybe Predator could be like
Predator. Let's do it.
Predator could be like a character from Mars, like from Total Recall. You know, if Arnold's gonna have like, you could do some kind of AI thing where
loud.
Huh?
That's my best Arnold laugh. I can't do Arnold.
Oh yeah,
You can't.
I can't do
like
Arnold.
The one everyone can do,
right?
I
that
don't know.
like Christopher Walken.
Yeah. I suck at both them. So Jake, what do you see? Do you see anybody good to do this? Like a good actor to come in to play a part in there?
I don't know. I mean, I guess who's the one who was Aquaman? That guy,
Jason Momoa.
Oh, Jason Momoa would be great.
Yeah, he'd be a great Predator. It would be interesting if like maybe they could do this thing where, because AI is becoming this big topic in the world, maybe Earth finally has its own Predator to protect Earth.
Oh,
interesting.
That's fascinating.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they could go with it, but like was said, there's if it's an anthology and none of them tie together, you have to be careful, because if you want to keep that, you know, it's hard not to create a universe around these things and then have them all tie together. And if that's not the style of the show, then they should avoid it. But maybe that's the way they should go. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see where they take this. Again, I know that they're at the Prey 2 coming forward, so I was kind of surprised they're doing something else on top of that. But hopefully it's good. I mean, I'm all about this kind of stuff. I just hope that it's just not too much, and then it doesn't do well, because you have some like that's been such magic. Even a Prey 2, I'm not sure if you can do another one. It just clicked.
Right.
Sometimes let it lie. But then again, every studio, if it does well, they're gonna do more. That's the business. That's just the business. That's what we call it, show business. It makes money, you're getting more. Just like I'll say, like Barbie, you're gonna get a Barbie 2. They want to do a Ken spinoff. There's a lot of stuff happening because you have $1 billion franchise. You're gonna want to make $1 billion more. That's what it is.
I would absolutely hate to see it, but the man is cast in absolutely everything these days, so I 100% could see them going with Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Oh, I could see it too. Chris Pratt against Predator. I could see it.
Yeah, I can see him being the lead in that movie. I don't want it, but
or Timothy Chalamet.
we'll probably get it.
Or The Rock.
Or The Rock. I can see The
The
Rock.
Rock would be a good
casting.
casting. I think Timothy Chalamet and Tom Holland are both great actors, and they're real hot right now. But they're so
not.
I don't see them being the greatest warrior on the planet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
The Rock is also kind of Arnold adjacent, right? He's kind of like the modern version of like what we have for like a super jacked hero that's out there, you know?
Yeah. Some of the
Jason Statham's in there. And anyone from the Fast franchise, throw him in
What if Predator takes on all of the Marvel cast?
There we go. Predator versus Marvel. Can we do that?
Predator versus all of Marvel.
I actually love this Fast and the Furious franchise that has the Predator in it. I'm a big fan of this concept. This is how the franchise ends. It's the Predator, but they have
go
to
after the Transformers. He just kills all the franchises.
Yeah. And here's the thing: Predator would lose because those guys are immortal. He cannot defeat them. They're in their cars. The Predator is effed.
Yeah.
Predator is going down. Yeah. I don't care what kind of
Predator does not live his life 1/4 mile at a time. We know this.
True.
All right.
And Mark, at the end of the day, the Predator, they don't have family. So unfortunately, if they had a family,
that's
the thing. Your family's always gonna beat it.
Yeah.
Get Christopher Nolan to direct it. Let's go.
Oh, can you imagine if Nolan did a Fast and the Furious movie? Could you imagine?
Fast and Furious versus
He's in the
Predator,
chat, right?
directed by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he's here.
He's watching this,
here,
right?
you know?
Yeah.
He watches.
Yeah,
Nolan,
He's
if you're
a
listening.
big fan.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show,
He
Christopher
got
Nolan.
tired of his Peloton,
Yeah.
so he started watching us.
Yeah. Take notes.
You know, something else I'd love to see Christopher Nolan direct would be a Game of Thrones series, because Game of Thrones is coming back, everybody. Another prequel series. That's right. HBO is doing. We'll talk about it on Friday, but Friday we got a little intoxicated on Friday, everybody. You guys know. If you were here, you know. We went a little long on Friday, but I want to talk about the Game of Thrones spinoff, because now HBO is pushing this forward, right? And it's going to be before House of the Dragon. We're going back in time. Oh, this is the one that I actually kind of want to see. Aegon's conquest. You know, honestly, you talk about like the Mad King. You talk about how like he conquered everything. You talk about how he took down all the kingdoms, and then he formed he formed the throne of all the swords. That's a great story. We never saw it. Now we know how it ends. That's the problem. Maybe that's probably why they haven't done it for a long time. But now HBO is like, let's make this shit happen. And now Madison Tomlin's coming in. He's been helping Matt Reeves ghostwrite for the Batman. He's working the Batman too, and he's going to help write this. And it's going to be a direct prequel. They're not saying who's casting it. Of course, it's very early on, but it is going to tell about Targaryen's bloodline and the brutal conquest of Westeros. Which, for me, I'm like, why don't we do that? We should have been doing that. That should have been the first prequel. We should have done that and then House of the Dragon. You would have been able to build up to it, or they could have started there initially. But again, it is what it is. It's the past. It's a good idea. I think it's going to be great. They're going to follow Aegon Targaryen is conquering the continent of Westeros with his sister wives and their dragons. And he'll successfully conquer 6 to 7 kingdoms in just 2 years. And they're going to show all of that leading up. And to me, I think it's a good idea. Honestly, like, show me that blood, show me the dragons, show me the fucking gore of this, get into it. Let's get into the brutality of Game of Thrones. So we've had a lot of talking. We've had a lot of incest, which I love it all. I'm not a big fan of incest, but you know, it is what it is. It works for the show. It works. Incest in the future, everybody. But for me, I'm still like, this is a good idea. It's a battle. It's a conquering, which I think is great. It shows them actually getting into it and the brutality of what Game of Thrones is supposed to be. The actual Game of Thrones, like the big Game of Thrones, and you see somebody playing the game of like freaking, what's it, Risk, and conquering everything. And for me, I'm about this. I'm excited about it. I heard about this news and I'm like, finally, we're doing something like this. Let's get into it. And it's going to be so fucking good. And they're not really saying much about it right now. Now, I was trying to talk about, I think it was with Jake earlier, right, Jake? We're trying to figure out who would play Aegon, right? And we had pretty good conversation about this. Jake, what do you think? Who do you think would play him? Do you think I'll let you get into it because I know you have ideas. Who do you think would play him? And do you think this is a good idea for the Game of Thrones franchise moving forward?
I think, who are we talking about? Gary
Oldman.
Gary Oldman. I think he should play Mr. Targaryen.
He would fucking kill it, I think.
I think he'd do really
Anthony
good.
Hopkins could do it, but I think Gary Oldman would be fucking great.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins would be really good. It's
he might be younger though, right?
Well, I don't know.
Younger though.
I don't know how old is he supposed to. He's supposed to be like the old Mad King, right? Is that kind of what happens?
Well, I think it's taking place during the conquering, so it's during his battle years.
So he's like this is like Napoleon type.
So Timothy Chalamet, right? Timothy Chalamet was good.
Okay. So Alexander the Great.
Chalamet.
He's taking stuff apart to build up his own thing.
Alexander Sarsgaard or something like that. I don't know. He's probably bigger. I don't
know. As long as they show them, like, as long as it shows them building the throne with each sword that they win. Cool. I mean,
fucking dope.
It's just like him just like jamming another sword in his throne. Like, that's, as long as that's the main focus is the building of that throne, I think it'll be just fine. You know?
Yeah. Me too. You gotta get some good talent in this though too. You gotta have people that are just fucking killer. Like, you know, they had a great cast in the original Game of Thrones, and House of Dragon's been going really well. Matt Smith has been great in that too. Do you see this being as big a hit as everything else has been? Can it conquer all of them, Jake? Can it be the biggest Game of Thrones series?
I don't know. I mean, the novelty of the first one was, you know, I think was half of its. Look at them! Look at him just going. He's
get it.
He's getting it. I
know, Lexi.
It has the potential, but I don't know. It's yet to be seen. We'll see. It could be overplayed already. I mean, I don't know. You know, people lose interest really fast in things. So, you know, third time's the charm. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe. I mean, you hope that whatever they do, it's going to be freaking great, you know? This is some fan art right now. People are saying they kind of look like, and to me, it's people like, is this Henry Cavill right here in the middle? I don't know.
What it's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
isn't that The Witcher?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but people are like seeing fan art for it. They've been saying, "Oh, it looks like The Witcher, doesn't it?"
It does.
This is some fan art for it coming forward, but it does look just like The Witcher. And again, it looks like Cavill in the middle. But for me, I mean, I wouldn't want Cavill on this. I wouldn't want that, even though my mind goes right to this fan art. But I think that overall, you gotta find somebody freaking new. Again, the
Right.
Karate Kid thing I said too. You're casting a name already that was already established a little bit. I mean, you only did that, but still, if you set out to it, find somebody that's freaking awesome, can do this. Mark. I see the gears moving. What do you think? Do you think this is a good idea?
How can they find anybody? They use all the British actors. Game of
It's
Thrones
true.
already used any UK actor in the world. I can't watch any show where someone has an accent. I'm like, oh shit, they're on Game of Thrones. They have all of them. They
But
used all of
Targaryens
them.
from
and even ones
the South, right?
like they have
Maybe it
every
could be-
Doctor Who, every person in the show from like I don't know. They're gonna have to like start making new just UK actors to pull this off.
There's some that have
growing-
aged into
growing
the
UK
aged into
actors.
it since the end.
You know,
It's been off
yeah.
there like
They
6
used all of them.
years now.
Go harvest
There
some
are.
more actors.
Henry Cavill is a great choice though, because he actually is, I think like British or whatever. Obviously Gary Oldman, Anthony Hopkins, but look, they just crush everything, so that's kind of like a cheat code. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, they'd be great. But yeah, I'm getting an Amber Alert, which is weird. Anyways,
Amber
I'm curious because as long as the creators who took liberties that basically the show was an S tier show and maybe still might be to some, but at worst it's an A tier show just because of how it ended up going, which is still, you know what I mean, like legendary show. I just hope that they find a way, because the lore is there. There is, as long as the writers are fresh and on top of it, it's potentially can be a fantastic show because it has the right amount of source material. Like where it goes in the story, you can do a lot with it. I do have high hopes, and HBO is a good backing project for it because they seem to care about the projects they invest in. They give it the budget, so potentially it could be cool.
Well, that's the hope. You know what I mean? Do you think there's anybody though? You said there's nobody out there, but there's got to be somebody. Is there anything that you would like to see?
A joke.
Is there? Do you see this being like? Could I get asked too? Could be the best.
I don't think it'd be the best, but I think it could be a good show. I think it'd be really awesome.
Mm-hmm. It has a lot of potential.
Yeah, it does. It has a lot of potential. But I don't know. It's crazy. I'm happy they're doing it. It could be. And Rachel, I know you were
bad. It would never be like Bad.
It would never be like Batman.
It would never be like bad. At worst, it would be kind of like mediocre.
Batman.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I heard Batman.
That's all I was saying. Is like because HBO's taking it, the lore's there, the casting there's, the budget there. At worst, it'll just be kind of maybe forgettable. But honestly, it's probably going to be decent.
Did you see the last season of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, they dropped the ball on the last one.
Well, last season,
no, they dropped the ball completely. Yeah. Like I was a big Game of Thrones fan. I really liked the Game of Thrones series. So, and this I think is the only thing that can get me back into watching it. I didn't really care to watch House of Dragons. It didn't really appeal too much to me. So we'll see how this goes, because this is working off of lore that was like super well established in the main show. My biggest concern is that now that WB owns HBO, they are not going to put the budget into it that it needs.
No.
They've been really struggling financially. They've been canceling projects left and right. They've been making full ass things and then getting refunds on it. So who the fuck knows what's going to happen under the current HBO tenure. I hope that they really hit it out of the park. I hope they cast a bunch of little or unknown actors instead of trying to reach for big names. Because that's part of what made the original series so good. It was a bunch of people we didn't know. So they just slid into the role and we were like, hot damn, they are killing it.
They destroyed it.
And there was some known actors in there, but it wasn't a lot.
Were you super stoked when you heard this though, Rachel? I could tell you kind of were, right?
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I think this will be really good. Like Jake said, I really want to see them build the Iron Throne. I think that's going to be an awesome series of scenes with the dragon fire melting the swords into making the chair. It's gonna be so fucking cool. So hopefully it's good. I would really like it to be good, but I also really wanted Game of Thrones to have a good ending, and they disappointed the hell out of me. So
I know the one thing I'll say about Game of Thrones is like sometimes the predictable ending is the right ending. That's what I will say about Game of Thrones. Like,
and even if you
sometimes
want to do an unpredictable ending, that's fine, but don't throw away
Yeah.
all the characters growth that you've built over 6 seasons.
That's true. Yeah, just like people just disappear. You just bitch slap people aside. I mean, honestly, the end of that series, it could have been. Maybe they felt the pressure. They didn't have the books, you know, so they just like going off and like they had consulting. They had the ideas.
They wanted
but
to
they just
get
didn't
to
use
their
them.
fucking Star Wars movie they were working on, so they were just like shitting
Which-
it out and moved on.
Which Rachel, how did that go? The Star Wars movie.
I mean, I've liked all the Star Wars movies that have come
No,
out, so I'm a
their
bad
Star Wars
person
movie
to
got. Their
Oh,
Star Wars movie got
there's ones
canceled.
got canned. That's right. Fumbling the biggest TV franchise at that time.
I know.
And
I still don't.
that thing was
They were.
and then overnight, they fucked up the ending. Nobody cared about Game of Thrones anymore.
Yeah.
So
House of the Dragon though,
crazy how much they
first season was good. It was good first season. I enjoyed it a lot, and the second season's
That's
come out
what
this
I
summer.
heard.
Yeah, it was good. Matt Smith was
I
great.
didn't see it.
They still have a lot of incest and fighting, just what you expect from Game of Thrones. You know,
The House of Targaryen's built on incest. What are you gonna do?
keep that
I hope
bloodline
the
strong, right?
series. Yeah, I hope it starts off as a slow burn to where they don't have all the swords they need for the throne. So at first it's just like a little bar stool. They don't have enough.
There you
and they're
go.
like, all right, and then they need more, and so it's like we don't have enough swords yet, and that's what the whole thing's about. Because
Get the swords.
The iron bar stool.
Yeah. Maybe they might, if you want to do a twist, maybe you get the original book Thrones, which is we all heard about, where it's like a tower of swords, and then it gets destroyed, and then for some reasons we get the one from the show, so they retcon that. Who knows? I don't know.
It could be really cool.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, to me, this is a good premise. Game of Thrones, I think it's the right idea, but I still think they should have done this first and then gone into House of the Dragon. Like we're doing a prequel,
Yeah,
they're doing a prequel
absolutely.
to a prequel, then we're doing a prequel to another prequel. I mean, it gets a little confusing, but I mean, honestly, I think that it's a good idea. Make it happen. They've been canceling a couple other ones. They had a cartoon they were going to do, an animated movie, or animated series, I should say. And they were going to do another spinoff about like some of the dragons too, but they canceled that too. So please do this.
And
and I hope
dragons are
it's good.
expensive. That's why I worry
Dragons are
about
fucking
this one. I'm
expensive.
like, fucking, what is it? Aznov? I don't know who the fucking CEO of WB is anymore, but
Zazoff.
Zazoff.
Oh yeah,
Zazoff loves canceling things.
He does.
That
And taking tax
motherfucker
write-offs, too.
loves to just write shit off. So.
It's his favorite thing in the world. He's like, give me that money right back, federal government. He tried to do that with the Coyote movie, Coyote vs. Acne. He's trying to do that now too. They were trying to sell it, but then no one wanted to pay him $70 million for it. So he's like, I'm just gonna take a tax write off and bury that shit, never see it. They got big names in that. He loves doing that. Did with Batgirl. He loves doing it, you know. And unfortunately, unfortunately for Game of Thrones, it might be a problem too for them because Zaslav, they call it the Acts of Zaslav. Maybe he will cause more problems for this too. But I know this series is moving forward. I'm excited to see where it goes because I think that is a good idea. Hopefully it's well. If he had his opportunity, though, I think, honestly, Rachel, he would have canceled Madam Web because Madam Web is coming out, everybody, but everyone's talking shit about Madam Web right now online. And it's one of those things where I saw the idea for it. I was kind of excited about it. I saw the trailer. I'm like, it might be okay. It might be okay. You know, you got Dakota Johnson in here. You got Sydney Sweeney. You got Celeste O'Connor, Isabel McCartney. You got Mike Epps, Emma Roberts. You got Adam Scott. And it's a good cast. It's a good cast. It's a good idea, except again, Madam Web is supposed to be like in her 80s or 90s, and now she's like a little teeny bopper. That's fine. And to me, Spider-Girl coming in, they have all the ideas that could be a good female-led cast for Spider-Man. And what are you going to do with it? Well, apparently they dropped the ball on it because the reviews are coming out and people are saying some shit about it. Now, I can read some reviews for it because I mean, I might as well. That people are saying like, Madam Web is an embarrassing mess, talented stars wasted on probably the worst comic book movie I've ever seen, filled with atrocious dialogue, awkward editing, and all wrong laughable structure. Someone said Mobius was better. There you go. That's a hard one right there.
No.
Madam Web
well,
is totally.
of course it was. It's the best movie ever.
It's Morbin time. Morbin time. Someone said they said Madam Web is totally fine. Here's one. This is James Preston for another reviewer. He says there's really not a lot of to say here. The leads are charming. Dakota Johnson is a witchy weirdo. The slasher / Final Destination meets superheroes vibes are cool and they're there, but there's just not a whole lot to do. It's not a disaster, just kind of there. And you also hear it's clunky, poor written, messy, sloppy. It's writers from Morbius actually Morbius wrote this too. So it's like Mobius writers wrote this too. So I mean, I don't know, Mobius didn't do that well. So why would you hire the same people to do this? Who knows? But it's getting a lot of people are saying they watched it and it was bad, it was horrible, and it's got 17% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And that's not the best either. But again, it's like taking a character and changing it. It's supposed to change how they're going to do the Spider-Verse, and she's supposed to be interacting. There's rumors that Andrew Garfield is going to be Spider-Man in this too, which would be cool if that was true. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been hearing those things. But everyone's just saying it's clunky and it's not really well put together. And the reviews are just coming in. I'll tell you the one thing that I knew there was a problem with this, and I've seen people trash it online because they held the embargo for the actual reviews. They held the embargo until today, and it comes out tomorrow. And whenever you see that happen, you know that the studio just doesn't believe in their project. Normally, they let the reviews happen early. It creates buzz. People want to go see it. They're excited about it. But this, like, no, hold off. Nobody talk about this. Nobody talk about Madam Web. And so when that happens, it makes you kind of say, well, maybe you guys don't really have a good movie coming out here. I'm still like, I still like to say, let me see it before I critique it. I know there's some people online just being like, it's got to be shit because everyone's saying it's shit. But, sometimes the audience score comes out and they like it a lot better than the actual critic score. It's just how it goes sometimes. Critics can be very tough on stuff. Of course, you hear things, maybe not. I don't know. I'm still gonna watch it. It might be trashed, but I'm just saying. Bad reviews. Mark, I see you want to say something. Mark, what do you think? Are you excited about Madam Web? We should listen to
do you guys agree with me that at this point you can get a certain sense from the trailer?
Yeah, you can.
If it's going to be good or not. I will say there are exceptions. To me, horror movies have been a weird exception where I've seen trailers where it looks bad, but I was actually, oh my God, this is awesome. Or they just didn't show you. But for action movies and like big movies, I feel like the trailer, you kind of feel like you know what you're getting into. And I just feel like it all just adds up. Just like it looked like a giant CW project. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
Like my dialogue. And also, and Madam Web is just like one of the least, like I read all the comics and stuff. It's just like, it's one of the least like me having to like care about characters kind of a thing in the Spider-Verse. It should be like a Glenn Close, like side character, probably crushing it for like, a really cool story arc if we're pushing the Spider-Verse into like something cool. But no, they're like rebooting it to star her for the sake of probably, I don't know the facts. Like it's one of those things, where Sony has to release a movie to hold on to the rights. That's what it feels like. It's like they just have to shoot a movie out for the sake of keeping it is what that's just the vibes I'm getting. But trailer wise, I feel like you saw that and you're like, this doesn't look like a movie that's gonna be like changing the game or anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looked just like, okay, we got another Sony movie. It's like Kraven, the Hunter trailer. I saw that too, and I was like, okay, you guys are trying by yourself.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's great talent, but I'm like, I see it. I'm like, and Russell Crowe with a bad accent. I'm like, it is what it is. And I know it's Morbin Time that didn't do too well, but I didn't really hate that movie. It wasn't the best movie, but I didn't hate it. And I might have some enjoyment from this, but I can tell that they have a hard time making these projects by themselves. You have a great cast, and you have all the opportunity here. Again, I still think that Madam Web should have been played by Helen Mirren. To me personally, I'm like, Helen Mirren been perfect to be at Madam Web. And you would be great. Comic accurate. And she's a fucking phenomenal actor. And then you build it around her. And then you bring Spider-Man in. If you really want to do it, you make it a Spider-Man Madam Web movie. That's what you do. To bring the Beyonder in. If you know that kind of world, it's like that's what you do with it. You don't just make her. But maybe this is going to be one of those things where their plan was to introduce how she gets her powers, and then we age her up at the end, and then she becomes that character in the future. Maybe. But I don't know. We'll have to wait to see. And that could be cool. That could be a good way to segue her into the Sonyverse, and maybe you have her with Spider-Man at the end. But again, it's getting trashed pretty bad. There's a lot of people that are very big fans of Marvel stuff too, are like, this is just not the movie for me. Again, as Queen said in the chat too, let the audience decide. When it comes out, we'll see. But it comes out tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Why not go to see Madam Web on Valentine's Day with your loved one? I don't know, but
that means I wouldn't love her that much. Ruin the date. I'm just kidding. Maybe it's pretty fun. Maybe it's also kind of campy fun. Maybe it's like not like Morbius, Maybe it's kind of
You know what
bad
else
good.
came out on
and
Valentine's
it's like
Day?
Kiki or something. You know?
The first Sonic movie came out on Valentine's Day.
It's true. And the first
So-
Deadpool came out on Valentine's Day too. Deadpool 1 came out on Valentine's Day as well.
Love both those movies.
Yeah, it could be a smash hit. Rachel, do you want to see this? Are you excited about Madam Web? Do you believe all the people out there, the critics, or do you think I'm going to wait and see it in theaters, or will you just not see it at all?
To get me into a theater anymore, it has to be a movie I'm like really interested in. So I'm probably not going to see it in theaters. What I will say about the reviews and general like tone towards it is I feel like there are a few factors that are kind of working against it. Female superhero movies don't tend to do super well, just in general. And I think there is maybe a bias against female superheroes in one, and then because of that kind of perception, they don't put their best writers on it. So you get poorly written stories because the studio assumes there's going to be less interest in it than, let's say, like a Spider-Man who they put Sam Raimi on. So you get these big, giant prestige directors to do the mainline superheroes, but when you get the smaller or female superheroes, you tend to get maybe less experienced writers, less experienced directors, people who don't have a great track record. Just because they think there's going to be less interest in it, they spend less money on it. So I think that's not the only reason some of these movies aren't doing well, but I think it's a contributing factor. Something else is people are just kind of tired of superheroes right now.
There's a lot of fatigue.
There's so much fatigue for especially the Marvel properties because they've just kept spitting stuff out at us like at such a rapid rate for well over a decade at this point. And people are just kind of like, over it at this point. So I think this movie had a lot of factors going against it from the get-go that kind of just didn't maybe give it a chance. I mean, even the mainline Marvel movies have not been making as much money as they used to.
Yeah, they're not. And that's why I think it's kind of funny that new Deadpool trailer, like, going to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like Deadpool will save it, you know?
Deadpool, I feel like, is the exception. Deadpool, I feel like, will be the highest grossing film of this year from what we've seen so far.
I think for all their projects, it's just going to destroy. It's going to destroy everything. Yeah. And you're right about the whole female dynamic. Look at the Marvels. Marvels got trashed. And I saw the Marvels. It wasn't a bad movie. It was all right. It was, it was fun. Again, they threw the Beast factor in at the end. They threw Kelsey Grammer in there to be Beast again, just to have that like hook and to connect it to that Foxverse, because they're going to be doing more and more of that. Of course, the Deadpool movie will be a lot about the Foxverse, and we know that already. Like everybody that's coming back for it. So, but that it got trashed. And then no one saw it, and it bombed.
And
those
even
are the biggest bombs ever.
I know Sabrina doesn't like her, but Captain Marvel, the first Captain Marvel movie, before that came out, it was getting horrific reviews, and it turned out to be a pretty all right movie. It was pretty good.
It did very well. Yeah.
So
well enough, we want to do another one.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with Madam Web.
Madam Web. I know.
Yeah. The problem is when a movie is actually like okay, that's like bad now. Even though like like mid is like doesn't mean bad. Mid means like this is an acceptable movie. Kids will probably like it. There's like probably like little girls and stuff who like this movie blows my mind. I can't list how many movies that were mid that when I was a kid just meant the world to me. Whenever we watch them, I'm like, oh, this isn't like a good movie. You know what I mean? But it's like it's still cool. I get that. It's just the stigma and the culture is just so dialed up to like comparing everything to each other and stuff. Yeah. Yes. But it's just it's crazy how the bar is raised to where like a movie that's actually like pretty decent is just doesn't count. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And that sucks too, because like just sometimes just like when I go to a theater, just turn off and just enjoy something. And that's what those Fast and Furious movies are. They're not meant to be like dramatic, like killer type things. It's you just turn off and you just have a good time. Eat some popcorn.
You sound like Christopher Nolan right now. Wow.
That man's got plenty of Oscars, so you go for it.
Maybe that's why he likes it.
Like,
I mean, maybe that's his secret.
I'll be like Nolan. He's a fantastic human being. I worked with him on 2 movies. He's awesome. So I will say, shout out to Chris Nolan, awesome guy. And you know what? Maybe just needs that sometimes. You do all this crazy dramatic writing, and you get so intense when you're directing. Maybe you just need to turn off and just watch something about family and Corona beer and cars, and say, fuck it. This is great. This is fun. This is fun cinema. And for me, I'm all about it. I get it because I like those movies too. I know they're not cinematic gold, but they are to me a lot of fun. Jake, get in there. What do you think about this, Jake? Do you think that honestly, at the end of the day, that the critics are going to be right? Do you listen to critics ever? Do you think that the critics can hurt a movie? Because again, people are just slamming it online, 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. Or do you think at the end of the day, this movie could be fine and people go out and check it out?
I don't listen to critics, no, because they might slow like the initial reaction to a movie, but as Queen said, you let the public decide, and it's going to gain momentum if it deserves the momentum, you know. But yeah, I think the critics and the Rotten Tomatoes things, some of them things that they say are terrible, I love them. So it's I don't really pay attention to that too much. If it's something
you see as problematic sometimes.
Have you guys seen any promotion for this movie either? I didn't even know this movie was happening.
I didn't know it was a thing until today.
That's the problem too, Rachel. That's what people are saying online, that the studio just gave up on it because they had one trailer and that's it. And then normally they do at least 2 more trailers. Normally they have some teasers, some TV spots, and they haven't run anything. They released the first trailer and then they just stopped. They had a premiere on Monday for it though. And and they had everybody come out, and then they had the embargo until today, the day before. And it's like, that makes you think the studio thinks it's not going to do well, or they're just like, they're not going to spend the money on it, which is sad.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard fuck all about this movie, and it has a huge cast for me to have not heard fuck all about it.
Yeah, even Adam Scott's supposed to be playing like Uncle Ben in this, like young Uncle Ben. That's the whole thing, and then it's supposed to lead towards Spider-Man coming in at the very end. So it's supposed to take place in the past. So he's a paramedic or something. So that has been something that's been put out there. But then again, they're not promoting this movie at all. So they just think it's going to bomb, and they just don't want to waste any time spending money on it. It just sucks. Because again, for the cast and the director and everybody, all the writers, everybody else, it's like, do you want to try? You want to try? Okay.
Right.
That sucks.
You know what I think it is? I think for a new character or a not popular character, the for whatever reason, the formula to break the not popular characters, like the C or D tier characters, and make them a franchise, I feel like it's got to be like a bit of a tongue-in-cheek kind of approach. And if this movie does feel like it takes itself seriously, which I feel is not, I haven't seen that work yet for the like the D tier, C tier characters. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have a sense of like, it's not marketed with like a sense of fun or like, this is going to be kind of rad. It seems like it's like we're taking ourselves seriously, but then also it just feels like, like a doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like it'd be like a series type thing, just from production, just little hints of details that I've seen. So it just feels like a weird combo.
They've been relating it to like Final Destination. They say it's more dramatic. I've been seeing too in the reviews. Yeah, that they not a lot of action like you'd expect. A lot of action here. You got Spider-Woman, you got Spider-Girl, you got Madam Web, you got a bunch of different characters here that are supposed to be big female characters, and they say there's not a lot of action. You got another version of Spider-Man that comes in from a different universe that's supposed to be like trying to kill people. And I mean, to me, it sounds like there's a lot of good ideas here, but maybe they just didn't execute it right. They just didn't find a way to make it fun.
I think what really shows us that they didn't give a shit about this movie is that the Super Bowl just happened this weekend. This movie's coming out this week, and they didn't buy a Super Bowl commercial.
Nope, they didn't want to spend the $7 million on it. They didn't want to do it.
Nope.
So they don't give a shit about this. They don't care if this makes money. They've already written it off.
Yeah, I think so too. And that sucks. It sucks for everybody involved. I said earlier, I said Helen Mirren would have been great too, but just because I was talking to Jake earlier, I'm like, Helen Mirren, I just gotta show everybody. Here's young Helen Mirren for a second. Damn, Helen Mirren, you're fucking killing it. That's all I got. That's all I gotta say.
What?
That's all I gotta say. Young Helen Mirren right here, just fucking killing it. I mean, that's for everybody out there.
I crush on her. I crush on her currently. I don't even need this.
She's a badass. She's a great actor.
Yeah, she's great. And also perfect casting, by the way. I threw out Glenn Close, but no, Helen Mirren's definitely the better. Yeah, I love that.
I just think it would have been fun. Maybe they can get her later. And then again, this movie bombs, it's just going to disappear. Just like all their stuff they're trying to do.
Sure. I think, it seems like the key source is it just didn't feel like there was a lot of heart in it. It felt like a thing that kind of was like forced to be made. That's the vibe I'm getting without knowing any of the facts, by the way. It just feels that way.
Yeah, I worry about it. I hope it does well. But then again, you hear all this stuff and you hear how people think about it. Again, like Queen said, she hopes it does well too, because you do. Be like, hopefully they'll go out there and still like it and they still check it out and they don't listen to this bad stuff. The idea always when you hold the embargo this long too is that there might be some negative press, and so you just don't want it to get out there before people actually go to see it, and so people actually go to theaters still based off of not hearing negative reviews about it. But all the negative views are hitting hard today, so
different franchise.
Online,
it's fine.
Yeah, Shazam 2 is fine. She's fine. It's different. DC Marvel.
Shazam, that's a different world. That's DC, and then also no one would care, even if it was Marvel. Yeah.
And no one saw Shazam 2
Helen
either.
Mirren can do whatever the fuck she wants.
That's what I'm saying. It's different universe, different, whatever.
Different world. But it's coming, everybody, tomorrow on Valentine's Day. You can check out Madam Web for yourself and make a decision if you think it's good or not. Let us know. Please let us know. And I hope it does well for them and for Sony, because they need a win right now. They need to make their stuff work because they want to make this whole Sony-verse, and hopefully it works out. But then again, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. It also doesn't look good for Amazon right now, because Amazon is having a class action lawsuit against them. And that leads me to our feature story of the night. This is something that I'm like, okay, I'm all on board for this, because Amazon came out, everybody. They came out. We know what happened with this. Amazon came forward. This was January. It was January. They said, "Hey guys, if you don't want ads anymore, if you don't want ads, they didn't have ads before, but if you don't want ads, you're gonna pay us an extra $2.99 a month, even though you paid for the premium Prime membership, and it's supposed to be including Prime Video with no ads. Now we're gonna say pay us $2.99 more." And there's a lot of people flipping out. And there's a class action lawsuit just came forward out of Los Angeles. It was filed on Friday in California, and it's trying to go after Amazon for doing this, saying they're breaching their contract. They're accusing them of misleading Prime subscribers by charging them an additional fee to stream their shows without ads. I mean, that's, to me, I was pissed when I saw it. We talked about it. I know a lot of people I know have been pissed off about it, but they're actually saying that subscribers now must pay extra to get something they already have paid for. That's one of the stuff listed in the actual lawsuit. And they were saying that a lot of these people have been impacted. They said that they're going after them for claims of breach of contract, false advertising, unfair competition, among also alleging that violations of consumer protection laws in California and Washington. Now, they propose to seek after at least $5 million from Amazon in a court order barring Amazon from engaging in further deceptive conduct on their platform on behalf of users who've subscribed to Prime prior to December 28th, 2023. And these commercial-free things, people are pissed off. I'm pissed off about this. When I first saw this, you have 100 million subscribers who are paying you, Jeff Bezos, and your rocket penis fucking self, and you already have like billions of dollars. He just sold a bunch of stocks for like a couple more $1 billion. He's worth like $199 billion. It's like, dude, you have so much fucking money, and you're laying off people, and you're not taking care of people, and on top of that, you're charging people more for what? We already pay you enough for fucking Prime. So for me, it's like, why the hell can you do this, or how can you even do this to people? I know, I get it. They pay a lot. They employ a lot of people. Which is a big thing. A lot of jobs come from Amazon. But as a user, and you pay a premium price, just raise the premium price. They just did it. They said it last year. They raised the premium price, and then you charge me $2.99 on top of that. Now, I have a friend that works for Amazon, and I know that they have been having problems since the Lord of the Rings show, because they had spent all this money on there, and they expected it to be a big hit. It did not do well, and they said it could sink Prime Video. But again, a lot of money's still pumping in every year. Can it actually sink it? I don't know. But this is their idea. They said, just like Paramount said, who's in a lot worse situation, saying, okay, we need to make cutbacks. We need to make more money in order to make our bottom line and to make premium content. And so now the subscribers who are already paying like $150 a year are now going to be paying even more just to keep their not ad video. And to me, it sucks. And at first I was like, I guess it happens. Like, what do you do? How do you fight this? But it's moving forward. The class action lawsuit is happening. If you're a Prime membership since before last year, December 28th, 2023, you can get on board for this class action lawsuit. And I think it's going to get big. I think it's going to get big to me, because people are pissed off, and Amazon has a lot of money. But then again, we'll see what happens, because you never know. Some of this shit, you can go after it, nothing happens. Then again, I remember I got like a class action lawsuit for some milk thing one time for like 50 cents or something. Again, it doesn't break down that much money. Rachel, what do you think? Do you think that Amazon will be hit really hard because of this, or do you think they'll get away with this and Bezos will fly off in his rocket and laugh until tomorrow?
As far as the lawsuit goes, I think he's going to be able to hold on tight to his rocket ship and be fine.
My penis?
As far as the rest of it goes, I think what Amazon is going to find is that their viewership numbers for their streaming is going to tank. is there really anything on Amazon worth paying to watch?
Mm.
Who watches Amazon Prime
We'll watch
streaming
Reacher.
stuff
I know
anyway?
that.
So you're
The
not
boys. The boys.
Stop acting like you've got a dick like Netflix or Hulu and know your place. Amazon's video streaming service was just a little, extra. You're like, hey, I'm already paying to get free shipping because that's basically what you pay for with a Prime membership. So at this point, go fuck yourself, Jeff.
I mean, he has
they're
revolutionized shit, but
they're just going to continue to lose money on their streaming platform by going this route. People aren't going to watch their shows. People aren't going to give a shit.
yeah, I mean, that's
So
the
their
thing, people
viewership
get
numbers
pissed
are
off.
going to tank. What they need to do is make better shows. Like, I'm sorry you made a shitty show and it lost money. Make better shows.
And that's happened. I do like the boys on there. I think the boys is one of their best
Oh
shows
yeah,
they
that's
have
on
on there.
So people
That's
do
their-
watch. Oh, and Lexi says that over here too. But so that they've got one good show.
And Gen Z was
Step
great
up.
too, but it's all the same world, And they made a lot of movies too that have done well. But like honestly, it's just like, why would they not just raise the price of the subscriber base? What do you think, Jake? Why would they
I'm
just not
okay
raise
with
the
them
price?
not raising the price on the subscriber base because there are a lot of people who don't utilize the video services.
Mm.
But I think maybe
You're right.
transition time rather than a month. Say, hey, next year, if you would like to enjoy ad free, this is the change that will happen. So
it's funny, Rachel. 'Cause they did say next year because it was like December and they did it in
Oh,
January. So like next year, the
fuck
prices are
yourself.
going.
Go hop in your rocket cock and go to the moon, Jeff.
Oh shit! It's spicy on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Apparently Lexi likes their shows, but I'm not. I'm not paying the extra $3, $2 for you to watch it ad free. Lexi, Godspeed.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you think about that? You're jumping in there.
Do
you think this is going to be good?
Yeah, I have two things to say. One, it's interesting. I think we're kind of seeing the bubble pop of the whole streaming aspect of things. We're starting to see these. We were there for the big pitch of the first couple of stream platforms, and then like too many more. Now everyone's kind of doing it. I think we're kind of seeing the collapse of that, and this is like one of the things, including the Paramount thing and Netflix increasing their price as well, which has happened, and which is interesting to kind of see. And then also Amazon kind of tanking its reputation slowly. But the second thing is, of all the streaming platforms, I like, content aside, I think Amazon is okay. I think it competes with maybe like Hulu or something, which I have all of them. I have all the things. I pay for I don't pay for all of them, but I have all of them.
I know that feeling.
And I feel like the free shipping, as a person who does order a lot of things, it covers it in my head, because basically if I order a thing, that saves me $3, but I order a thing maybe once or twice a week. And so mathematically I am still getting a benefit. And then the shows are just a side effect of that. And I like some stuff on Amazon. I don't know all the things, but I like The Boys. I like the thing. I watch some movies, watch some shows. I watch things I don't even know. I don't care. So I feel that versus say I don't know, Hulu or Disney Plus, you at least get the benefit of the shipping stuff, like she said, which is a benefit that's a real benefit.
It's math.
But
really
more interestingly enough, I think we're seeing the cracks in this whole streaming kind of era. We're seeing the collapse almost start to begin.
We're gonna see more and more of that as it builds, and of course we saw that during the strikes. Everybody's fighting over the streaming stuff because again, they're not
Jeff
sharing
Bezos
a lot of stuff.
is IRL Lex Luthor.
He really is. He's totally Lex Luthor. I mean, billionaire, bald, freaking brilliant man
Evil.
that's made a lot of money. He just needs to conquer evil. He needs to conquer more land. He just needs more. He wants more real estate. That's his biggest thing.
Don't give him an idea.
Jake, how do you feel about this Amazon thing? Are you feeling like this is okay that they're charging $2.99? Are you shocked there's this lawsuit coming forward, and you think that people will actually win based off this lawsuit at the end of the day, and Jeff Bezos will have to pay people more money than he's expecting to get in?
I don't know. It depends. I was just doing some math. If what I found on the internet is correct, they pay every year on average $44.5 billion in salaries.
A lot of fucking money.
Yeah, and this $2.99 increase will not net them, but just bring in an extra 328 million, which is peas compared to how much they're paying out. And it might be I imagine their law room said, you're going to get sued if you do this. And they said, we don't care. We're going to take as much as we can. Because we're going to pay out what, and what's the fee really if they look through our user agreement and they find that we can't do this? $5 million. Don't care.
Done. Not a
That's
big
how
deal.
they do
Right.
this. Yeah, they don't care.
You're right, Jake. It's big. That's freaking true. So true.
Yeah. So they looked at all this before they even did it, so they know what's going on. And the $299 probably just pays for the legal fees with the government that we're going to pay, and then the ad revenue that they get on top of that, that'll cover everybody else's salary. And he's cashing in on his stocks before all this happens because he knows that this spike that they're seeing in their stock right now is going to drop when all of it comes to a head. So, yep.
And the thing is too, Jake, not everybody's going to pay the money too, so a lot of people will not pay the $299. Right. Those accept the ad. So it's like, I'm in that boat. I was just like, yeah, why not? I'll just pay the money.
They want you to take the ads because they make more off you watching the ads than you do paying them $299.
It's very true.
So
and this is how they've all been going. Well, this is how they've all been going though. They've been doing this for a long time. Every platform's been doing the ad thing, so they're just jumping on board. Like I think Mark was saying the kind of same thing. It's how it's cracking and breaking apart. Netflix has done it now. Peacock has been doing that for a long time. Paramount Plus everybody's trying to do it because they're like, we need to make more money, and they don't want to try to raise the price for consumers, but you can pay more if you need to. I mean, Amazon, again, that's a very good point about how much they pay for employees. They do employ a lot of people. And again, think about how many people are bringing Amazon packages every day to your house in the middle of the winter, 2-day delivery. Like they're all over town, these big facilities where they're shipping things from here to there, here to there. Amazon is a great thing because it has changed deliveries. It has changed how we get goods and services. But I know people are pissed off. No one wants to pay more money. That's what it comes down to. But at the end of the day, again, everybody made a good point about we've got a great service with Amazon. So Jeff Bezos,
it's great for it's great for one of the biggest minority groups that's out there right now, which is robots. And they don't get a lot of love, but he's providing a place for robots to work honest wages.
They'll need health insurance soon
don't
enough.
Forget about our robot friends.
Yeah,
they need work too.
Yeah,
and all the AI robots too that are growing and learning, and they need jobs too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You mean our future overlords? Yes.
Right. They need help. They do. But yeah, I just saw this and I was like, wow, this is just something. I was shocked, but I'm also like, I feel like a lot of people are going to jump on board of this lawsuit, and maybe it'll get bigger. I mean, $5 million, Jake, you're right. It's not a lot of money for them. It's not a lot of money.
Nothing.
It just isn't.
Nothing.
Now, will it get bigger than that? We'll have to wait and see.
It might.
I think they're trying to follow the Netflix model because those of us who have, either had or used or known about Netflix since 2008, Netflix's streaming service originally started out free. It was a free add-on to your DVD deliveries through the mail.
Is that the Redbox thing?
That's when they used to just do they used to just mail everything.
No, Netflix would mail you DVDs.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
That was their whole thing.
Yeah.
That just ended this last year. It ended in 2023.
Killed Blockbuster.
Oh yeah.
So
and Family Video.
With that, you ended up with
which was Blockbuster's choice, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Blockbuster could have gotten in on the ground floor. Biggest fumble of all time. So from there, they started charging incrementally for the formerly free service until here we are now with $17, $18 a month for Netflix. So I think Bezos is trying to get Amazon on that train.
Yeah, they want to make money. They want to make premium content like everybody else and have a premium price for it too.
So now it's $3. In another year or so, it'll be $5, then $10. It'll be its own separate subscription from your shipping.
I can see that. I guarantee that's the route they're going to go, and that makes more sense. I know Mark made that comment, like you getting it's an extra add-on, which is great for a lot of people. I think eventually you're right, Rachel. They'll make it a separate thing. It will not be involved with all that, but that's why people are suing them now. It might happen sooner than you think, though, because this lawsuit they might separate it faster than we think. Maybe within this next year or two, they'll probably be okay. We'll make it Prime Video as a separate subscription. It's $19 or $9.99 a month, or maybe it's like $15.99 a month for premium with no ads. It'll just become like Netflix as long as they have enough content and they're making enough good stuff.
Jeff Bezos needs to build his second dick rocket.
He's got to do it.
So we
gonna
need to
happen.
really be sympathetic to this multi-billionaire, richest man in the world, basically.
He's almost richest man.
On and off
Almost.
with Elon.
Almost.
They're just always jerking each other off to see who's richest.
When he sells his next stock, he might be the richest person in the world. I mean, that's
Mhm.
what they're saying. So
I mean,
the
we
man's
just need to be
starting to garage,
sympathetic
like-
to his needs.
Yeah, but I mean, the man's starting to garage though, so it's like crazy that he got to be there after all that. So good for him that he got there, but also like give back.
You would
You were
think
there
he would
once.
give back to other younger entrepreneurs. He single-handedly could
money.
end homelessness in America, but they choose not to.
Mhm.
Well, it's all the bottom line for
And
him.
it wouldn't even be
and
half of his net
I
worth.
still think
He would still have
he's-
more money than God could spend if he ended homelessness and ended hunger in America.
How long
Well,
could he
how
end it
that-
for, though?
That's a good question.
Forever?
Definitely.
Or
Because you
like a week?
you take that money and you set into motion programs that are long-term programs
Mm.
that end the systemic cycle of homelessness.
I'm just interested to see like what he does moving forward because again, he's making more money and maybe he will do more stuff like that, but who knows? Honestly, again, he's starting a garage. He made a lot of money and he's just keeps going up and he brought a great service to the country, to us. He's helped us out a lot. Like again, it's awesome to get our packages that fast. It's awesome to get goods like that. You can buy anything on Amazon. I gotta say, at the end of the day, consumers are mad about the money amount because everyone's mad about paying more money for services. But hopefully at the end, when they figure it all out and this lawsuit's done, everyone will be happy and we'll be okay with where we're at and we can still enjoy the boys.
It's the same trend. If you really want to know what's going to happen, you have to like put things side by side. You look at the transportation industry in the early 1900s. There were so many different car brands out there. And it took a while, this new thing, the internet, transportation, for all these conglomerates to kind of coagulate into what we have today. And that's exactly what's happening right now with the information age is all of these little startups are starting to slowly get absorbed and dissolved and absorbed and dissolved. And we'll end up with the
Isn't
big
this
three.
why we made antitrust laws?
No.
That's a whole other bag of worms there, everybody. But Amazon is going after, they're getting sued right now. They're being sued right now for this. Hopefully, at the end of the day, everyone's happy. They make money and everyone's like, can walk away and be okay. And I think everyone's right about this. A new service will come up and they'll be paying a separate service for Amazon Prime, and that'll be it. And Jeff Bezos will be able to brush us off, and then we'll move on to the next service. And we'll always be fighting the streaming services because, again, at the end of the day, what I will say about them is please just pay your actors, pay your staff, pay your crew, and take care of them. Put more money back into them because they deserve it the most. They bust their ass. And those new contracts come up, give them more money because you're making money all the time. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being on Kruse Control tonight. I appreciate you as always. It was a great Tuesday. We had a good time. I can't believe everyone was done. That's how it goes. We went a little bit long. That happens sometimes. I appreciate you being here on Tuesday. Sorry to miss you on Monday. We'll be back tomorrow on Hump Day, of course. We'll be our Hump Day edition as always. We'll be humping it up all day long on Wednesday and back on Friday for our Drunk Friday edition, of course. That's what we do on a Friday. And we thank you so much for being here as always. I want to thank everybody for being here. Mark, welcome back to Kruse Control. Thank you for being here as always, man. Second time. Awesome. Great hot takes. Wait, before we go.
Who won?
I'm sorry, everybody. Rachel won hot takes, everybody. 100%. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rachel. Rachel, congratulations. But
Thank you,
Jake and
Conversation.
Mark.
I would like to dedicate this award to you.
Come on, Rachel. It's good. It's good. It's good. But Rachel won. Thank you for doing the hot takes, everybody. Mark, thank you again. Mark, tell us about your gigs coming up. What do you got for stand-up? Tell Kruse everybody about their Kruse Control Central world out there. What's you got going on? Oh, Mark.
He's there.
Oh no! Wait, hello.
There he is. I hear him
Can
now.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
My computer's being weird. Yeah. I am on 5% battery. Might be about to die. I have a lot of shows coming up in LA. As far as Long Beach, I'll be doing Bear City Comedy on I think next Thursday, which is in Long Beach. I'll be doing the Hollywood Improv next Tuesday. Those are the big ones, and then like some local stuff. But then I'll be all around and about. If you follow me on the Mark Hurtado on Instagram or Mark X Mind on Twitter, I post all of my dates. I'm performing at least weekly all around, but you don't care about that. You want to talk about
Yeah, we do.
Amazon? I'm a Tubi person, first of all. You know what I mean? I'm all Tubi. All
I love
the way.
Tubi.
That's the real streaming. But yeah, love you guys. I'm gonna be here till my computer dies, but it's telling me it's dying right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This is great.
All right, Pete. Thank you, Mark, for joining us. I appreciate you being here back on a Tuesday on Kruse Control. It was great shooting the shit with you, having a good time, and talking about entertainment news, man. Thank you for being here. Check out his stuff.
Hey, let's go see Deadpool together.
I'm down. Let's make it happen. July can't come soon enough. That's all I'm saying. Can't come soon enough. Take care, Banner. Appreciate you. Mr. Jake Slonecki, thank you for back on Kruse Control, man. Happy Tuesday. Hope you had a great time. Hope you have a great night. And I love the new setup. It's great.
Thanks. Yeah. I turned the camera a little bit, so it worked out well. Yeah.
Appreciate you, Jake. Come back soon. We'll see maybe next week. We'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, whenever you need. So we're good.
Rachel Blakely, thank you for helping me out, being my lovely co-host here, my guest host here to help me out tonight. Appreciate you on a Tuesday. It's not a Monday.
Anytime.
You're still the queen of Mondays. But thank you for being here. Hope you had a great time.
Happy to be here, and happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Tomorrow, happy Valentine's Day. We'll be back for Valentine's Day. A very special Hump Day Valentine's Day episode tomorrow. Can't wait to hump it up.
It's a magical Valentine's Day on a hump day.
We'll be humping it on Valentine's Day all day, all night on Kruse Control. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as always. You gotta spread the love, everybody. We're at we're at 1,200 and some. I've lost number of 200 subscribers. Keep those numbers moving forward because we appreciate you for being here. You gotta always tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, grandparents, and all the grandparents, and all of the came together and make a whole conglomerate of grandparents that fucking had pets and had multiple people come on them, and they subscribe to Kruse Control, and then their babies and their bears and their beavers and all the fucking woodland creatures came together, and they subscribe to Kruse Control. The mailman came involved. He's like, "What's going on?" The mailman said, "I'm here too. Let's fucking knock it up. Have memories." Then we all subscribe to Kruse Control, and all of them subscribe, and they all have subscribed. The fucking numbers keep going up, and all of a sudden they fucking have rat babies, and the rat babies subscribe. I don't know, they came from some fucking universe in the world, in the multiverse out there. They subscribe, and all of a sudden, all the chinchillas who are fucking their friends of the show now, finally, because of Pep Star himself, have subscribed, and all of a sudden, all of them come together. They have sex. And we become 1 million subscribers. That's what happens. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. As always, appreciate you. Have a lovely fucking Tuesday night. And until we come back around, we're back for Hump Day, of course. We love you. We appreciate you. Hope you had a great time on Tuesday. Thank you for being here as always. And until next time, everybody. I'm going too fast. Going too fast. See ya.